Hello, this is Steve from Bedo's Leatherworks, and today's project is this Chloe pair of shoes. Now they're very comfortable, very lightweight, flexible, so the customer got a lot of wear out of them. A lot of wear out of them. I mean, there's a hole right through the sock liner there, which pokes right through. Obviously they're comfortable, they're our favorite shoes. So along with that, we've got these Ferragamo Flats also. Same thing, she's got a hole at the toe. I think she puts more pressure on that big toe. So what we're gonna do a JR full leather soles. Now we're not gonna use the thick JR leather. No, they have ladies thin sheets that we're gonna pre-cut. I'll show you guys what I'm gonna do. Rubber heels, clean and polish them up, and they're gonna look very nice once they get done. I mean, she got her money's worth out of them, you know. They're pretty beat up, but they'll look good once I get done with them. All right, let's get started. I hope I don't have any bloopers today. So we were talking about the lighting that was whitewashing the jobs, right? Some people were saying, well, wear a light color shirt, you know, but I've got to have the apron on, it's dark. So I think it's the angle of the phone, so I just kind of angled it down. It looks much better than what it did before. Before, I mean, it was literally just white. You couldn't even see anything, you know? The top, this right here, the surface of the work, it's still kind of whitewashed, but you can still see a little bit, but much better than what it was. So I'm getting there. Slowly I'm learning. I appreciate y'all suggestions, comments. Well, the good comments anyway. I know we're going to get those comments sometimes. It's alright. It happens. It's the public, you know. You deal with the public, you're going to deal with a lot of people. A lot of different people. And last time the volume was down, I guess it was down, somebody said they had to turn their volumes up, and then the commercial came on, it kind of pierced their ears. Sorry. So basically we're just going to just peel this off. And we want to keep this in, you know, intact, so we can kind of take a measurement of the sole, so we don't have to tear the sole apart removing it. That's it. This is going to be our pattern right here. Somewhat of a pattern, you know. It's missing a piece there, but that's not a big deal. We just kind of bridge that gap when we're drawing it on the piece of leather. Now, you got to be kind of careful here, because what you got, you know, you don't want to change the size of the shoe, obviously, when you're doing something like this. If things come loose, just glue it back where they were, okay? And also, if you notice her wear pattern, see she's kind of wearing on the ground there, kind of leaning over to the edge. So when we redo the full sole, what we're going to do, we're going to make it just a little bit wider. Nothing really visible to the you know, when you're looking at it visually like that, but it'll be a little bit wider, so that ground, that top, the uppers don't fall over the edge and hit the ground. All right, let's continue. All right, so basically this is the JR leather. They call this leather bend, and this comes in different thicknesses. This is the ladies' thickness. I believe it's 3.5 ounces. But even with that, it's going to be too thick when you're comparing it to the original one, the original soles. So basically, what we do is once we cut it, we'll thin the edges out so it'll look like it's thinner, but visually it'll look thin, but it's still going to be thick in the middle, so she get a lot of wear out of it. It's funny, this reminds me of when I was growing up. My dad was a shoemaker. Basically, he made shoes, and he used to put the patterns, you know, I think they were made out of cardboard or something back then, to make the uppers with on the piece of leather hide, not soling hide, but for the uppers. And I remember him positioning the pattern like this, like that, like this, like that, you know, to making sure that he'll use every inch of the hide as possible. And let me tell you, when he was done with cutting the pattern out, there was very little waste. And he'd sit there and look at the leather, make sure that there's no imperfections on it and there's no scarring. He would put a circle around it to make sure that when he was making the pattern, he would have missed those areas. It reminds me of that when I'm doing this. Oh, the things that bring joy to me. Oh, this is a tough leather to cut too. This sucker is dense, dense, dense leather. There she goes. Alright, that's for one pair. Let's continue. Now let me show you guys something. I mean, they're both flats, right? Ferragamo, Chloe. They're both flats, leather, uppers. It's all glue-on construction. The sole basically gets glued on. That's really about it. There's no nails, there's no stitching, there's nothing. Now with the Ferragamos, you've got a footbed here, right? That's what you're stepping on. And that footbed is basically glued on to the uppers, just like this. Okay? So you've got to be careful when you're taking things apart, making it wider or gluing it back, making it tighter. So you've got to be able to make it fit exactly in the same place where you took it apart. Now it's evident where you took it apart because there's always going to be a little mark right there, a score line or something that shows that where it was glued. Okay? Now the Chloes are a different construction. Okay? You have a footbed and you have the uppers coming onto the footbed, but you can't, let me remove this so you don't see the customer's name. Hold on. You can't remove the footbed. It's stitched together. So how do they do that? When the uppers pull away from the footbed, you've got a piece of, this is a paper, this is cardboard. Okay, it's not leather. Then you've got the actual footbed underneath there. It gets stitched together and then this comes and covers that up. So everything is one piece in there. You can't take that apart. Okay. So this one you can't really change the size. I mean, you could if you really glue this back and pull it too tight. It'll kind of distort the uppers. But this is a lot harder to change this size than this construction. Now, which one's better? I mean, they're both good. They're both paper. It's literally fiberboard, footbed. This has a metal shank in it. This doesn't. This is very flexible, where this is not because of the metal shank. Maybe this gives you a little bit more support, but then again, this contours to your foot and is very flexible. It's very lightweight. So to each its own, One is not worse and one is not better than the other one. They're both good quality. They're not too bad. All right, let's continue. All right, now that we've got the two pairs of soles rough sanded, what we're going to do, we're going to mark the inside of or the bottom I should say, of the sole, because if you look here, it's hard to tell, but you see how it's kind of curved? So what the manufacturers do is they sand the edge right here, and then when they hammer it, it kind of looks like it's curved. So we're going to duplicate that. Now in the Ferragamos, it only starts from here where the heel is, around to the front and back where the heel. Okay? This one's the same. Start from here. This ends up there. So basically we're just going to take the marker, just put a mark on there. Just like that. Just like that. Cool. Alrighty, one more. This gives me a guide basically to know how far I should sand it. You know, so about 1/2 inch at the most. Let's continue. Thought I'd take a little break while the soles are drying. Thought I'd take a little hookah break. I'm going to read some of my comments that people have left on my videos. So let's do the recent video. The Gaziano girling shoes. Now it appears that I misspelled girling. It's supposed to be G-I-R-L-I-N-G. Well, I put G-E-R-L-I-N-G. Oops. Sorry. Alright, looks like we've got 13,830 views. Okay. We've got 1,100 thumbs up and 10 thumbs down. Why? I wish there was a little indicator who gave the thumbs down so I'll know. That's not too bad. 10 out of 1,100. That's like 0.000000001%. Well, you know what I mean. Alright, let's do... It's got 289 comments. Alright. Buckhorn Cortez says, I'm just here for the hammering. And then Ladybug says, yeah, me too. I'm getting notifications. Those are the dings. David Apeji. I had actually heard of Gaziano girling courtesy of Kirby Allison and the Hanger Project. Brilliant work with the restoration. I am sure original makers will feel you did the same justice. And somebody replied, except it's not the original maker, but a cheap copy of Gaziano girling. I don't know what that means. The only art you walk on. Beautiful restoration. Well, thank you. All right, let's see what else. Eric Washington. I'm certainly glad I'm not the only one who finds this craft interesting enough to subscribe and watch. Well, thank you, Eric. I have recently committed to only buying high-end shoes and having them resold instead of buying new. Well, that's good. You're doing a good job of keeping us in business. Not just me and everybody, you know, all the cobblers in the industry. We appreciate that. Nothing beats a good quality pair of shoes and are well maintained, in my honest opinion. Keep up the great work and craftsmanship. You really made those shoes pop. Alright, then Supernova Cyrus says, bloopers equals plus 10 points. Your Italian impersonation is hilarious. Hey, how you doing? That one? Alright, Stephanie Dodd says, the end bloopers had me laughing out loud. Let's see a reply. Daniel Miller says, yeah, and the wire, camera too. Is there a ghost in the shop? Some pretty unbelievable things go on in there, like those before and after photos, like magic. I gotta do a thumbs up on that one and a heart. I tend to read 9 out of 10 of the comments. The one I get to, I always put a thumbs up and click that heart button for appreciation. Well, thank you for all the comments. I appreciate it one more time. All right, so Dawn Mason. Am I the only person who grits their teeth when Steve cuts leather soles to size? It is like fingernails on a chalkboard to me. So glad Hammer Time has appeared. We miss your cheekiness to those who moan. Huh? Okay. Okay. Let's see what replies are. Sir James W.V. Seville OBE. Man, that's a long-ass title. Just put Sir James or something. Not for the noise, but for the danger. I would either lay myself wide open or screw up the shoe. Probably both. Well, Sir James, I wouldn't let you touch my shoes. Sorry. And then there's an answer to Sir James from Kitterts. Sir James W.V. Seville OBE. Me too. I think one slip would totally screw it up, and I suck at it. Well, you too, Kitters. I won't let you touch my work. No sirree, Bob. All right, let's see what else we got. It says from Dave Ogarf. Dave Ogarf. I love Hammer Time. It reminds me of Auntie Heckle from the stand-up comic. Do I come to your job and knock the French fries out of your hand? Then shut up while I'm working here. Oh, lordy, lordy, lord. These are funny. Maybe we should do this once in a while, right? But I'll be here for like an hour reading comments. Okay, John Parisi says, are those men's or women's shoes? I can't tell. Really, John? Dude, there's like size 10.5. Didn't you see the size? Well, never mind. I guess it could be women's sizes too. I don't ask these days. They're men's shoes, John. The young gentleman. Holy cow. That really hurts my insides. It's like someone is scratching a blackboard. Okay, the young gentleman, what is hurting your insides? Tell me and I won't do it. Actually, I'll do more. I will. Let's see what else. All right, so let's see. Maddie Ruth. For those that mention your hands shaking, can surely recognize the meticulous, detailed work done in spite of that issue. The cutting of the edges of the soles by hand with a razor that close to the suede or leather takes precision and skill. Now somebody finally gets it. Thank you, Maddie. All right, what else? It says Angela Buteau, B-U-T-E-A-U. Hi, Steve. I'm not so worried about your cutting leather when you're doing a blind stitch because that's replaceable. I worry about you slicing your damn finger off. That would be horrible. A shout out would be awesome, Steve. Oh, there you go. There's your shout out. Love your work. You're a friggin' craftsman, not just a cobbler. Edit. The bottom of those shoes is out of control. Dude, bro. That is fly as hell. So, Angela, I've cut myself before. You see that scar? And I've had numerous scars here and there throughout the life of my, work. And I've kind of learned not to cut myself again because I don't want to cut myself. Not now anyway, maybe down the road when I get bored of what I'm doing. No, but accidents do happen and you tend to be very careful of what you're doing. And sometimes it does cut me a little bit here and there, but nothing really major has happened to my hands before. Let's hope not. Don't jinx me, okay? Please don't jinx me, Angela, okay? All right, so that's your shout out. All right, so what else? We got Loving Atlanta. It says using the painter's tape with the plastic attached is a great idea. Beautiful end result. You certainly know how to work magic. Well, thank you. Well, so far so good. No negative comments. Nothing here. Everything sounds good. Not too bad, not too bad. All right, well, that's not too bad. It says then, let's see what else. It says, so Shrewd Newt says, I want to see how you get soles so shiny. And that pattern, I mean, come on. You gotta show that. Beautiful shoe as always. Well, Shrewd Newt, some things I want to keep to myself. Now, I share a lot of things with you guys, okay? And there's just some things that I tend to want to keep to myself, you know? I don't want to share every little details, or else you're going to come down the street, open up a shop, and take my business away, boy. No, can't have that. Actually, I welcome any competition. I'm not worried about it at all. All right, so I guess that's enough. That's about 9 minutes of talking. Okay, so we're going to sit for a few more minutes, check my emails, and see if I can do some computer work, and then we'll go back to the soles. All right, let's continue. Now the soles are ready. The edges are all nice and finished. Got the stamp on the bottom. Now what I normally do is put this on top of the shoe like that. This is a leather pin. Go all the way around. Mark exactly where it's going to be sanded. Sand the surface. And go ahead and glue it. Let's continue. Alright, so remember those spots that are worn out? So I filled those in a little bit. Not too much, just a little bit. Okay? You don't want to put a big hump there for the big toe to feel, but you have to fill it in a little bit. You can't leave it empty or else it's going to be a big ditch. We don't want that. Alright, so now we get ready to cement the soles. Now I use Master Cement, all-purpose cement. There you go, for the English speaking crowd. Now once this once we glue this, before we hammer it down, we have to wet the soles again to kind of give it that contoured shape. And once again, we're going to put it in a press and just let that dry. And then we'll go ahead and finish the bottoms of the soles. And then we can attach the heel. So we're getting there. This is a good project. And remember, we cut the sole just a little bit wider to accommodate for her wear pattern. Because she's kind of leaning to the outside of the heel, outside of the foot. We want to make sure there's a sole there so she doesn't have the uppers kind of fall over the edge. You guys like that commentary I did? It's kind of cool reading the comments, right? I think I'll do that once in a while, in between jobs, you know? But I mean, it takes a long time though, don't you think? It was like over 9 minutes of just talking. Well, maybe some people might like it, I don't know. Give me your feedback, see what you think. If you like it, I'll do it again. If you don't like it, I'll do it some more. Oh Lord. Yeah, I tend to do the opposite of what people want. I'm like that. I'm backwards like that. Well, not really. Sometimes. Alright, as much as I know you guys like to watch glue dry, we're not gonna watch the glue dry. Sorry. But I'll come back with some hammer time, I promise. I wonder what happened to that hammer guy. I should send him a thank you gift basket. After all, he is the reason there's hammer time, right? I can't remember. I'd have to go back. I don't even know which video it was to read the comments to see. I just can't remember. I got too many videos out there to know. I can't go through all of them. Oh my god. I think I have over 150 videos. I can't sit there, go through all of them, no way. Alright, last one. Cool. Alright, let's continue. Now I gotta make sure which sole goes to which one. This was the Ferragamo. Alright. Make sure there's no water on the getting on the other side, because you don't want water getting where the glue side section is. Looks good. Not too shabby. Alright, we'll let that dry. Next. Not too shabby. Oh, I said that before. Yeah, so what? Say it again. Cool. Here goes nothing. Man, Chloe's not in the center. Yeah. Chloe, why aren't you in the center? Damn. Ah. I stamped it too high. Damn it. That's it, I'm taking it off. No, I'm not. Oh man, it's gonna bother me now. I'm gonna lose sleep on it. This one's better. I'll take a picture of this one. I won't take a picture of the other one. I want to show everybody it's not in the center. God forbid. You know what my friends will do? They'll take a picture of it. Well, if I post it, they'll copy that picture, right? And when I'm complaining about their work, that's not the thing's not in the center, they're gonna throw that in my face. Hey Steve, remember? You need to have that logo centered, man. So it's all good. This one's better. Ba-dow! So we're going to let this dry thoroughly because I want to sand this smooth to finish the bottom. If it's wet, it's going to stain it. It's not going to look right. All right, let's continue. All right, so we are on the last leg of the job, right? So now we have our heel template for the Ferragamos. We put it there and we mark it. We score it. And here's the heel, the new heel for it. It's shaped, it's sanded smooth. So once we sand that leather, we'll glue that on there. That's one. Okay. That's two. Now on the Chloe, it was a combination heel, half leather, half rubber, right? So it came in basically 3 pieces like this. Okay. Now, instead of having a top layer and a heel base, we decided to make one piece leather, same thickness as what it was. This way, she can wear, you know, it down more, a lot more than that. Okay. And once we score that, we'll do the same, sand it. Score this here. This is the same way the inside breast of this is called the breast of the heel. It's already been sanded and dyed and looks nice and clean. Okay, do that, and that goes on top, and I'll dye it to match the sole. Okay, let's continue. All right, we're done with another project. Well, two projects actually, right? We did two bears today. Now, did I have to do it that way? To trim the inside part, to shave it down, to curve it? No, I didn't have to do that. You know, most people don't even think about to do that, let alone doing it. Majority of the time, most shops, they'll just sand half of it and put a leather piece, trim the edges, polish it, and give it back to the customer. Full soles and heels like this, as you saw, it's not hard, but it's a little time consuming. Now this pair, each pair was $195. Believe it or not, this leather is so much better than what the manufacturer put on, so it should last her for a long time. And I told the customer, I said, wear it down, maybe, I don't know, 6 or 8 months, 9 months, just keep your eye on it. Don't let it get a hole there. When it wears down, about halfway, we can put a thin rubber sole on top, which is called a sole guard. Rubber is going to be durable because it doesn't absorb water. It lasts a long time. So this way it's a little bit of preventive maintenance, will last a lot longer than what these regular soles do. Just, if I can speak, regular soles last. I think it turned out pretty good. I think she'll be happy with it. So I'm glad you guys joined me again. I appreciate that. Let me know what you thought about the comment, reading the comments. If you guys like that, I can maybe spend a couple of minutes reading, what people say. And it's kind of a nice break between the repairs. But I know you guys like the hammer time, so I won't take that away from you, I promise. All right, so if you guys have any questions, please, email's right there. Send it to me and I'll do my best to answer it for you. Again, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do so. Give me a thumbs up and share, comment, do whatever you like. Some people are asking me about my information, shop information. If you go on the Bedo's Leatherworks main page on YouTube, right on top there's a section that says About. All the information is there, so you can get the name, the shop, the address, the phone number, everything is there. Okay. All right, well, thank you for joining me again, and we'll see you on the next project. Take care.